All right, now time to clean up some materials. From the actually body up. So let's go for the body. Select your shrimp and go to body. And first of all, let's not do the invert color of, let me see, isolate or, no, it's a Ctrl Shift and click. Go for the shrimp and disable the geometry node for now. So color, I don't have any problem with the color, and no problem with this color ramp either. Let's see this noise. 1, 2, 2, 0.5, and yeah, the only thing is bothering me, this invert color. So let's go ahead and change the roughness actually from the shader. So let's go maybe 0.1 or something, make it a bit shinier. And let's go IOR off oil. So it's gonna be 1.47. And let's see what else. Maybe add more a scale of subsurface scattering. Let's go 5. Go bit invert. And random walk is good. And nothing else, I believe. Maybe 0.5 for normal intensity right there. And this noise actually looking good. So not much with the actual shrimp. All right, now let's go for the smaller ones. Right. So small needs to have a lot of change. So this is randomness. Ctrl Shift and left click a bunch of times. Let's go for random output. Right. Let's connect that or combine that with let's go attribute. So type attribute. Let's find the small, search small. And we're actually looking for the small weight paint. So let's go ahead and hit Ctrl Shift and left click the factor. All right. And instead of geometry, let's go for instancer. So let's see, it's using this attribute of small, but for the instances. So from body to instance geometry node. That's a good trick to practice. So now let's use a math node with subtract, connect random, right, to this factor, and we are randomizing based on small attribute instancer. So let's push this one up. All right. Now add a color ramp right there, like this one. And Ctrl Shift left click. Let's target maybe this much, right? another color ramp we have right there. Let's go Control Shift and left click, and maybe target this much. And let's get rid of this color ramp right there. And let's go add a mix RGB. Use this one as a factor. Remember, this is the random. And I have the colors, so I'm going to sample the colors and show you what's the hex code. So copy this and punch it in. All right. The second one, I'm going to use this color. So copy and punch it. All right. Another mix RGB needed. So let's go ahead, duplicate this one. So Shift D, connect this one to the A, and I'm going to sample another color. So let me zoom a little bit. Punch this one in. Oh, actually ruined the color. So let me sample again. That's the color. All right. Now connect this one, the output of the subtract between these two. Go to factor. Now that's our color. So connect it and Control Shift and left click. Yeah, that's a bit nicer. All right, now let's see what else. Now, add another mix RGB. Let's go for multiply. You can do that with the math node as well. Factor of this one and factor of this one. So it's gonna be a little bit something like this. And add a color ramp between. Target from here to maybe here. Yeah, the top parts, that's enough. And we need a noise texture to combine with this color ramp. So search, type in noise. Let's go ahead and choose this option maybe, and Control T, map it out. Object, so object to mapping to texture. Let's go maybe 0.9, below 1, and yeah, all good. Let's grab this one right there. Another XRGB. And let's see. All right, that be our roughness value. Right. Yeah. So connect that to the roughness and let's see the result. All right. Now the shader itself. Let's go 0.8 for the alpha or opacity and 1.47 the oil IOR, and all good. A specular 1.47, little bit of anisotropic for actually rotating around the reflection, and rotation of anisotropy maybe 0.5 is good. And yeah, that's right. We need a code, so Weight of the coat goes there. Roughness, that's good. I'm going to sample another color for coat. All right. So let's go to the render and disable the noise, denoiser, and see the result. Not bad. And one more thing. Until now, I was using this HDRI. So you see, Cinema Hall. I'm not happy with this one. So I'm gonna choose this one from Polyhaven, the garage. So I'm gonna switch to this one, and while we add it, let me show you the material for the table thingy. That's the material, blue painted planks. So search for it, and I'm using actually the 8K. Feel free to use any of these sizes. So I'm gonna close this one and switch the shader to Word. Here you see Cinema Lobby, and go ahead and choose this one. Oh, that was not Cinema Hall. Yeah, that was Cinema Lobby actually, the first one. Sorry about that. So choose this one, and let's see, setting. Actually, let's rotate it maybe 90, 70. And maybe 75 degree. I wanted the shadow to be right there. And yeah, that seems nice from this angle and this under this light. Alrighty, now let me apply the scale for the plate. Yeah, it's good. So there's our light right there. Switch back to the object. And let's do the medium ones. So switch to medium shader. Actually, let's copy and pasta this one. So copy, go to medium, paste it right here. Skip the displacement and delete others. So right there. That's our color, and that's our roughness. Just change the IOR. So 147. And let's see the weight. Let's go radius of 2 for this one. Specular. Let's go 1.47. The bit of anisotropic with 0.5 for this one as well. And let's go the same thing, coat of this color. And roughness, IOR the same. Alright, alpha. Let me drag that also to 0.8. Alrighty. The big one. So go large. And large, let's go ahead start from object info, random. Let's go here, Ctrl Shift and left click, and let's close the window a little bit, maybe around here. Let's get rid of this color right there, and a mix RGB. Use this one as a vector, and I'm gonna sample some colors really close together. So FF9B20, this one, FF8 and 81F. That's gonna be our color, but let's drop the value a little bit. So let's go ahead and add let's go use saturation value. Drop the value to make it a little bit darker, so maybe a bit, so 0.95. Let's connect that to the base color, see the result. Yep. And for the roughness, so let me go generated for this one. All right, and maybe 10 times. Maybe not, object is better. So 5, now 2. 2 seems to be working, but you need to level it up. So I color ramp right there, and let's go make it a bit tighter over here, maybe. And let's see the result. A bit shinier. Same deal for the IOR, so 1.47. And let's keep the radius to 1 for subsurface scattering, and change the random back to Christian Burley. Right. And let's switch to GGX. Level of IOR is 1.47. The oil IOR, I'm gonna change the reflection color to something like this, maybe. This is the hex. A bit anisotropy and rotation. All right, and because when the big crumbs are fried, it's kind of changing the behavior to glassy or see-through kind of stuff. I'm gonna add a bit of transmission using this one for glass actually, but maybe it's not a bad idea to use it here. 0. Maybe 190. Right. Now coat. So let's go with bit coat, weight, rough it up a bit, and I'm gonna use this color. This is the hex. All right, and actually drop this to 0.7, the alpha, and let's go to camera view. It seems to be working. Right, let's drop the midpoint to 0.1. And And if needed, you can actually put a lot of subdivision. Right now, I have subdivision level or a scale on 1, but you can't see anything. Why? Because if I hit N, open up the N panel, the option right here, and setting, displacement for this material sets to bump only. So let's change that to displace only. That makes it a bit punchy right here. You see? You have a lot of thing going on right there. Actually, let's go ahead and for the large one, add another level of subdivision. Seems to be nicely displaced. So that seems to be good for the big ones. Now let me switch to Parsley. Wow, what's happening here? Let me review something here. Maybe pointiness goes here. Goes to mix between this one and noise. That's good. A color goes to this color. This is actually 2 colors. I'm going to change the colors to something else. So maybe this color. This is the hex code. For this one, let's go a bit darker. Right there. This is the hex code. Right. And this one seems good. This one seems good. And let's see. What is this? Ambient occlusion. This much level. Yep. And let's see the actual shader. So, weight of 1 for subsurface scattering. And let's go really crazy. 5 for scale. Radius, sorry. And scale of 1. So, we're adding a lot of subsurface scattering. So, let's go for code. And a little bit of code. Maybe 0.6 or 5. And a bit roughy. I'm going to use this color as code. This is the hex. And let's see the result. So it's actually in the shadows. You don't have any other parsley. So let me grab all of this. And maybe grab, shift select this one. And shift select this one. Isolate again. Save the project. And let's see the result right there. Yeah. Happier about the parsley material right there. And I actually went and add another go to camera, another parsley right here. I'll move that a little bit with the move brush or grab brush. So let's see what else. Yeah, the sauce. So we don't have anything. So let's go add a material for sauce. And with a really dark red for the color. So I want to sample a color. That's the hex. All right. Roughness of 3 or 0.3 or 0.25 or something, maybe 0.25. IOR of 1.4. All right. Going to subsurface scattering. Grab the weight all the way up, 1 for radius and actually 2 millimeters for the scale. So going to specular, add 1.4 for specular level and a little bit of anisotropic to actually break the uniformity of reflection right there. So something is missing and there is a little bit of sculpting on top. So let's go save the project and enter sculpt for cup and sauce. So let me isolate them first. Grab the sauce and let's go to the sculpt. So I'm going to use the inflate brush a little bit. Oh, need to actually apply the subdivision and actually apply the scale as well. So back to a sculpt again. Now it's working, but it's really low. So let's go add a bunch of times. Major circles right there. Maybe one in the middle. Maybe a bit bigger, so string all the way to maybe 1 even. That seems random enough. So back to the object mode and let's see the result of the material. All right, now a bit noise for the displacement. So first of all, enable displacement for this material. Number maybe a bit bigger, so 0.05 or something. Let me find maybe 0.08. Yeah. Let's go maybe 2. See the result. Yes, too much. So maybe 1 for scale. Scale of the noise. Let's go to the camera view and see from this angle. Seems to be a little bit too much. smooth the whole thing. Yeah, that's more like it. All right, now let's go out of isolation and camera view. Let's check the whole thing one more time. It's much better, much better. So another thing for lighting, I have light shining through every direction because of the using of HDRI. So I want to actually block the light from back and kinda top. So to do that, we go ahead and join this. To do that, let's go ahead and inside the, not plate, the light and camera, because those are the plates related to the light. So let's go ahead and hit add any plane, maybe 200. It's really small, so let's make it big, maybe around here, and rotate it towards the y-axis. So RY 90, go higher right there, and push it back a bit. Enter edit mode and Control R, add a single edge loop right there. Grab this edge on top. Let's go from left now, from front view, and push this one maybe on top of the last shape. So and like this, right? Grab this edge, Ctrl B, bevel it, maybe add 2 or 3 edges. So right click, shader smooth. Let's add a material, and let's not change the name. I need something black, completely rough. So back to the camera. I don't want to see that from this angle, so let me grab it. Is that it right there? I don't know. So let's go G and X. Let's push it out. You can see that from this angle. Let's go a bit here, and yeah, that was it. Save the project and let's see the result. Right now we have a darker background right there. Another thing I need is to add a light from this angle right here, but I don't want a regular light because I need to add a texture in front to break the light. So in this case, I'm gonna add a plane and add a emissive shader to that. So to do that, let's go ahead and add another plane, and maybe this time, no, it's still small, so make it a bit bigger. So 90 degree towards the axis. That's not. Yeah, that's actually a rectangle, so it doesn't matter. So rotate towards x-axis 90, so rx 90. Let's push it up right about here, and I'm gonna rotate it until it hit the camera. So it didn't hit. So let me Now, add another window. Let's go here and check the camera view. Local access. And that's the camera. So maybe here. Right. Now let's switch to shader editor. Add a shader right there. So let's delete this principal PSDF. Add a shader of where is it? Emission. Connect that to the surface and really crank it up 20. And I need a noise, so search for noise right there, and use node is enabled by default for in my situation. It might not checked out, so don't forget to check it out right there. Control and T. Let's go generated to here. Change the noise to last option, maybe 20. We need something to colorize this emission. Let's go a color ramp. And let's go color to factor. We keep this one black. And this one sample this color. And let's push it really close right there. Color to color. So this is the setup. Save the project and go to render. See the result. And this is actually our colorized plane. It's making some shiny stuff right there. All right, seems to be working. And let's go and check the material for table as well. Table or whatever. And let me isolate it. Let's go and maybe. So maybe crank this up to 2 times. And let's go a little bit maybe over here to have this part visible, so out of isolation. And yep, that's good. It's nice. So displacement good, normal good, and yep, we are pretty much done. So the only thing, let me check the rotation of the world. 75 now, that's good. The only thing left is to render this thing out, add a little bit of composition. So you go ahead and join this area. Oh, forgot to mess with the tail. So let's do that then before rendering. Shader editor. So let's isolate this tail. See that? Right. So this is our tail. And the only thing I might need to change. Let's see, we have the noise up here. comes from this, and this is actually the color. So we go maybe over here, make it a bit lighter. So we have the pointiness there multiplied, goes here, and from this noise and goes this mix, and have a noise up here as well. Maybe we sample this color with that hex. And let me review the shader as well. So maybe 2 times of radius, 2 millimeter. And let's go a scale from pointiness. So I'm gonna hit Control Shift D, connect this to the scale of subsurface. Maybe need a bit something like this, I guess. Need a bit darker on this area and lighter others. So it's gonna be our subsurface scale. Specular wise 1.47, and I'm gonna sample the reflection color. That's it. And let's go for coat. Let's actually add a noise. So search for noise texture. Maybe 0.4 or 5. Ctrl T, make it mapped from object maybe. A little bit something like this. Goes to weight of coat. And actually let's sample the coat color right there, orange thingy. This is the hex color. And roughness, maybe end up right here. Sheen weight 1, and color seems to be good, and it's the color. So let's connect the shader to the output. Yeah, that's much better. So for the noise, let me review the noise. Let's go 1 up in the middle point, or the strength. So that's good. And roughness right there. All right, seems good. Let's go to isolation and see the whole thing together. Yeah, I like this one a little bit more. I might add a little bit of a sculpt on top of the tails. It's not necessary, but I might. So save everything and talk about the render settings. So we close this one. Render settings. So let's go to the render, cycle, experimental, GPU, all good. Here, I'm gonna hit maybe 1000 sample and keep the denoise. It's gonna clean the image after 1000. And let's see what else. The light pad. Let's go a bit crazy with diffuse and glossy. Let's hit 12 for this 2 as well. Light pad, light bounces. And nothing else. Yeah, because we're going to add a little bit of coloring and discoloring, coloring and depth and other stuff to the composite. We need to have the, first of all, Z data from the view layers. Z data. I might need denoising data, so let's no, we are denoising the mesh. So that's that. Z from up here and ambient occlusion. And also from cryptomet, object and material. Check that. And the only thing left is to render the scene. So go ahead to the render menu and hit render image or F12. Oh, one more thing. I did make this actually a stand down here. I'm actually not a fan of it. So let me grab both sauce and cup. Instead of edit it, let's push it into the plate right there. Yeah. So back to camera view and just about save and render again. All right. I wasn't happy with the crumbs scattering, so I went and actually changed the weight paint a little bit. So as you see right here, small, a little bit of change. That's optional. This is the medium. I made them a little bit scatter more on the back. And the large one actually changed a lot. So in order to copy the weight paint from one shrimp to another, simply select the first shrimp. Let me go ahead and enable the outline and shift select the shrimp you wanted to copy from and hit Control L, linked data, object data. So I did that, and also I couldn't live with this stand down here, so I deleted that and make this one a little bit thicker, and that's all. Oh, the crumbs are visible. Right, so back to the camera view, and this is the result. And in order to render the scene, first of all, from view layer, check the Z. We wanted to have control over depth of field, fake depth of field, of course. And denoise data, let's uncheck that. And ambient occlusion, we need that, and object and material. Inside the render tab, let's go ahead, make it 1000 sample and denoise after 1000 sample. Down here in the light pad, add 12 for all of them, and that's all. When we work with the compositor, it's a good practice to work with 50%, then render again with 100. So I'm going to go ahead and save the project. This is actually another file, shrimp01, and render. All right, I'll be back with the composite.